think we found it. Pretty sweet spot. We've reassessed and absolutely found a better spot. You have the Lacrosse Mountains in the background. Better wind situation over here. We're gonna go grab all the stuff over there and then bring it over here. We're right on the other side of the lake. So move it over here. Go pack it back up, move it over. That's the way it goes. Jeez, tired. This is absolutely stunning. Sunset, blue skies, commanding view of the lake, the only one on it. Couldn't ask for much more. Nice. So I'm just going to be breaking these dead branches off the bottom of the tree, completely dead. Don't want to poke an eye out and can use them for firewood. I've heard that it's absolutely fine to break lower limbs that are dead. The tree, I believe, actually sends resin to some limbs that it doesn't want to live anymore, kills them off, so it can send more water and resource to the rest of the tree. Kind of neat. There we go, home for the night. Just gotta put the fly on, and I think we're set. Alright, let's start getting stuff in there. Sleeping bag number 1, 0 degree Columbia. Honestly, because I'm scared. I have a -17 bag, more than enough, but don't want to get too cold. We got a expedition down jacket, again, insurance policy here. -17 synthetic mountain hardware. Thermarest pad, double bubble pad for my hammock, tent light, headlamp, all that good stuff. Put that there. Book, Alone Against the North. Great author. If you haven't read his books, you really should. Adam Schultz. The best book I ever read of all time, History of Canada in 10 Maps. Incredible, incredible book. I believe that it should be taught to grade 7s or 8s. Incredible book. Every Canadian should read that book. Got my pillow, and we're good. All right, now the camp's set up. It's firewood time. It's about 2 o'clock. To be honest, feeling pretty exhausted. I got about 4 hours of sleep last night. Not ideal, and I never sleep well on the first night of a camping trip, and this is only a one-nighter. So, I better sleep well. Hopefully I can tire myself out here. Alright, so, if I do this correctly, the tree should fall that way, but I should fix the camera so that you can see that. And holy smokes, it's colder on this side of the hill. Wind's whipping right across. Alright, so the idea is take a wedge out from this side. About a third of the way through. All right, now I just cut the spine on this side. Should relieve the tension. The tree will fall that way. This tree's completely dead, covered in moss. I feel confident in cutting it down. Should be going soon. Timber. Perfect. Didn't hit another tree. That thing came down as dry as a bone. Now I just gotta get like 3 more. This is a great part of the day because it definitely wears you down and makes the campfire so much more worth it, but it's fatiguing. Gotta lose the jacket. Got a little surprise for later. A little bit of barley water. So tasty. My wife to the beer store the other day. Did that classic thing that I do when I look at all the single cans. Then I look at them again. And then I make a choice with 1 or 2. And I don't want the third to be similar to 1 or 2. So I take some time thinking about it. And then I pick one. Then we walk out of the cold area of the beer store. And sometimes I feel like I need to go back because I maybe missed one. Yeah, my wife doesn't like that. I'm sure you know the feeling. You can spend hours in there. Hours. Yeah, I mean, she loves it and all. But I spend a long time in those stores. But I'm cheap, so I don't spend that much money. Anyways, 1 tree down. A little punky, but not bad. That side's good though. That side's not. Maybe more. Just a few more. Make a big fire. Maybe 1 more. Let's take a look at the graveyard here. Got a lot of wood. We're gonna split it and then take it back over there. Wow, what a absolutely beautiful day. Pretty big. Big gulps, eh? Wow. Oh, what a day. That's the stuff. Oh. It's that time of day when all the chores are done and you get to just hang out. Brought myself a little buddy here. It's Nickelbrook Brewing Company from Toronto. It's called Wicked Awesome. Today was a wicked awesome day. Cheers. Oh. I don't think this site could be more perfect. on a day like today. It's west facing, so I'd assume it'd get a fair bit of wind normally. But today there's a north wind, well, northeast wind, so it's completely sheltered. So the owl story. I mentioned an owl earlier, but I should give the whole story. So I made a reservation at Killarney Provincial Park, one of the hike in backcountry sites. It's how it kind of works here in the winter. You have to camp near the summer campsites, so they know where you are. And I had booked one where you have to walk through the drive-in campground. It's kind of where you start, and then you hike to get to one. It's not too far, maybe 3 kilometers. Anyways, yesterday I'm working and I get a phone call, and I pick up the phone, and the woman, Tina, says, "Hey, when you get here, there'll be a sign that says the campground's closed." So I said, "Okay, like, great." And she's like, "Don't worry, the backcountry sites are still open. No problem, just the campground's closed." And then she goes on to say, there's an owl that I should be aware of. And if I'm going to be arriving, you know, dusk or after dark, which I wouldn't have been, that there's been a great horned owl that has been attacking guests in the campground, hence the closure. I really don't like birds. They're unpredictable. They're not afraid to attack humans, and they're aggressive, like many animals are when they protect their young. I hate them, really hate them. So anyways, I talked to her a little bit. I did some Googling afterwards, and yeah, it's a thing. Basically, if they're nesting in an area or they're trying to protect something, they will attack in the daytime or the nighttime. I ended up calling her back after I did all this Googling, and I said, "Hey, like, you know, what should I know, or should I not go to this site?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And I said, "Well, what can you do to protect yourself?" Like, and she says, "You will feel it before you can see it." So owls, in fact, the way their feathers are, they actually like dampen the sound when they're flying. So they're almost completely silent until they're basically in your face. So that's kind of freaky. It's super rare. But yeah, there's a great horned owl, and every single day, pretty much for the last 3 days, campers have been attacked in George Lake Campground. I was talking to them today when I arrived, because I had still kind of planned to go to that site, and someone had stitches. They had to go to the hospital, which is in Sudbury. It's an hour and a bit drive away from here. Someone almost lost an eye. I guess the owl got them right kind of close to the eye. And the owl had been flying into the cabins and yurts that were on the campground. They were trying to fly in. I don't know if it actually did. Anyways, all that's to say, there was somebody in the backcountry last night who, I guess they got too cold or something happened, and they walked back through the campsite, and they too got attacked. So I made the decision this morning to say, no, not a chance I'm messing with an owl. I really don't want to get hit in the head with an owl. So came to a different site, just 5 minutes from George Lake Campground. So yeah, I hope there's no owls here. I'll say that. I think I'm pretty exposed here, and owls generally would be in the forest for what I know of owls. So we will see. There's the whole owl story. But yeah, big birds, not ideal. Okay, update. There's an owl. It's back there. I can hear it. Oh, 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 oh. So there's 3 things that I brought to protect myself against an owl. I don't know if they are recommended, but I'm just going with what I got. So let me show you. First thing, goggles. So they can't peck your eyes out, right? Like, can't get me. So we got a helmet. They say don't wear a hat because they attack hats, especially like this color, so I might take this color off. But they don't say anything about helmets, so I brought one. I don't think it can penetrate this. I'm gonna just quick kind of put this on so that I'm protected. I don't know if you can hear them. And then the third thing that you want to do, this is recommended online. You can imagine I'm being attacked by an owl. I've got my gear on. My ears are protected, my eyes are protected, my head is protected. Now the owl is going to target my head. So instead of my head, you bring an umbrella. See that? So the owl will attack this, not my head, hopefully. But either I kind of wear this stuff for the next, I don't know, 5-6 hours, or I risk it, potentially get hit in the head with an owl that has a wingspan of 1.5 meters. I don't know what they can weigh, but they probably weigh as much as a small or medium dog. Like that's gonna, if somebody, you know, threw a dog at you at 45 kilometers an hour, like that's gonna hurt. So if I get hit, then I have to put this on. That's what I'm kind of gonna think about as the sun goes down. Let me know in the comments below what you would do if you heard an owl. Probably not bring an umbrella backcountry camping, but anyways, I'll give you an update in a bit. I can say with a high degree of confidence that I've never lit a fire in the backcountry with a snowboard helmet and goggles on. But this owl doesn't sound like it's right there. It honestly sounds like it's looking for a mate, but I don't know the first thing about owls, but what I do know is I don't want to get attacked by one if I don't have a helmet on. Ideally, won't be wearing this all night. Pretty good. So I'm out here because I wanted to make a commitment to myself that I would try and camp once a month for the entire year. January was a yurt, so I guess it's not really camping. February, we went to Algonquin and did a backcountry trip at Mew Lake. This is March. This is my first solo backcountry trip ever, summer or winter, so it's a big one. Don't really know what I'm going to do in April. And then in May, we have an annual trip, the 8th annual camping trip with the guys. We started it in university. And then June is Kawartha Highland. Never been there. I think it's called the Serpentine Loop or something like that. July, love to do the French River. Just watched Jim Baird's. That family's just absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen them, check them out. August is kind of wide open. Don't really know. Wanted to try Restoule maybe. Would love to try that. So backcountry trip there. September, we got to figure it out. We usually do Canis Bay in Algonquin to see the fall colors. It's so nice. Easy paddling. Then October, not really sure yet. And then November, December are wide open. Looking forward to it. That was good. All right, I'm gonna crawl in. Can't wait to not have wet feet. These are gonna be frozen solid tomorrow, and they're gonna be impossible to get on. I may throw the liners in the bottom of my sleeping bag. Anyways, that's it for today. See you in the morning. Morning. It was a beautiful night. Cold and kind of gusty this morning. I think it's -12. I'll have to check the thermometer. Crisp morning. Wake you up. Time for brekkie. As I was getting the fire kind of arranged for this morning, I found something interesting. Guess it's an old shotgun shell. Weird. All right, breakfast time here. Coffee, got some oatmeal going on here. Almonds, a couple oatmeal packs, some walnuts as well. And then got some blueberries. Add those fellas. It's looking pretty good. And cafe. Well, as this one comes to an end, I gotta say it was an awesome experience. Killarney never disappoints. The scenery here is incredible. Obviously didn't see a single person out here. Overall, awesome trip. From the hike in, to finding the right site, to listening to those owls last night, that was pretty incredible. A lot of great wood at the site. Couldn't find any standing dead hardwood, but that's fine. And then had a great sleep last night, to be honest. And now, time to finish up this breakfast and pack up the tent and get on with it. Thank you for watching. Would love to hear what you thought, what your feedback is. And yeah, looking forward to the next one.